What's going on, Jeromes? So we, Minnesota Vikings fans, were hashtag blessed to draft JJJ. Justin freaking Jefferson, the original JJ, in 2020 after trading away Stephon Diggs. It was one of those trades that worked out for everyone except for the Bills. But Jefferson, the pride of LSU, Skull SU, that pipeline's continue being built. Although some draft dummies thought that he would be a slot-only receiver who couldn't get off of press coverage. I don't know who that was. Some of them even wanted Jalen Reagor instead. I don't know who that was. Yeah, but Justin freaking Jefferson, also his Met Gala outfits, which, but he's quickly established himself as one of the best receivers in the game. And 5 years into his career, it's a little bit putting the cart before the horse, but also not really. Right. Talk about his legacy. Talk about where he's going to rank all time for the receivers, and it's worth questioning. It's worth the debate of, will Justin Jefferson, knocking on all the wood, health permitting, break Jerry Rice's seemingly unbreakable record for receiving yards in a career? So Jerry right now chilling at 22,895, which seems like a lot, especially when you factor in Fitz is almost 5,500 yards behind him. You got T.O., Randy Moss, Isaac Bruce, Chris Carter checking in there at 13, etc. Right? And Julio Jones, well, all-time great receivers, dealt with a lot of injury issues as well as just sort of faded out with age there at the end. He only clocked in 13,000, so he's almost 10,000 yards behind Jerry Rice. Now, Jerry, respect, definitely benefited from Bill Walsh's offense, as well as some great offensive minds during his time in San Francisco. Great quarterback play with Joe Montana, and then Steve Young, and then had a league MVP Rich Gannon in Oakland. So, yes, he did greatly benefit from that, but also he did the work. Longevity is a major part of the two, so all that stuff. Now, Jefferson, through 5 years, is already at 7,432 yards, and he's averaging, if only we had the number in front of us, he's averaging 1,641 yards per season. Also, as of right now, he is the all-time league leader in yards per game average at 96.5, which is kind of impressive. Also, it's kind of weird to have an NFL record that can go up or down. Yeah, so Jefferson certainly could and should be on the pace, and just looking at what he would need to average over the next decade or decade and a half. So Jefferson needs 15,464 yards receiving. All right, average over 10 years would be about 1,546 per season. Now, like we said, Jefferson is averaging 1,641, but also you factor in age and decline and all that stuff. But also over 15 years, because Jefferson's played 5, Jerry Rice played 20 seasons. He would only need to average 1,031 yards, which, I don't know. Like, it just boggles your mind that you could have a receiver averaging having 1,000-yard season at age 42. Yeah, but Jefferson is 26. He did enter the NFL slightly ahead of Jerry Rice, who was 42 in his final season. But there's a couple factors here. Number one, consistent quarterback play. Like we said, Jerry Rice greatly benefited from Steve Young, all-time great quarterback, Joe Montana, all-time great, Rich Gannon, former Viking, also was at the top of his game during their time in Oakland. Went to a Super Bowl, did not win against the Bucs. Yeah, but consistent quarterback play. So Jefferson has had Kirk Cousins, he's had the Passionate, he's had Jaron Hall, he's had Nick Mullins, he's had Sam Darnold, and now J.J. McCarthy. So finally, this could be a spot where, again, I don't think Jefferson gets enough credit for putting up the numbers he's done without the same quarterback. I know that him and Jamar Chase are going to be compared to each other forever, but Jamar has Burrow, right, and Jake Browning. Yeah, but now it could be a spot where Jefferson, McCarthy, and KOC are together a long time. This could explode. This could be really damn good. Also, number 2, high level of play for a decade plus. So there's a couple of factors in there. Number 1, health. Health is big. Now, Jefferson still did get 1,000 yards in 2023 despite missing 7 games of that hamstring. And Jerry Rice only missed 1 season. He only played 2 games in 1997, tore his ACL and MCL in his left knee. And that was basically the only serious injury that he had. But if Jefferson can stay healthy, knocking on all the wood, and he has that longevity and is still at a high level, playing above the rim 10, 12, 15 years, I mean, certainly would have a shot. Number 3, eventual 18-game schedule. So Jerry played strictly in the era of 16 games, and the league right now is at 17. It's going to 18. All right, within the next couple of years with the new CBA. So Jefferson will benefit from that. And people don't really talk about it much, where it's like, O.J. Simpson's rushing record was in the 14-game season. And then Dickerson came along, and then eventually someone's going to break the rushing record with 18 games. I mean, Saquon had a chance with 17 games, and people are already talking about it's like, nah. But I think that fact. Also, what's interesting is that they don't count playoff stats for all-time numbers. It's strictly regular season, because Jerry Rice literally has like 2,200 receiving yards in the playoffs, which is wild, man. But yeah, eventually move to more games in a season. Now, this could take. The additional games could take a toll, and could have players have shorter careers in terms of number of seasons, but who knows? Also, a style of play helps. So, Jerry Rice benefited because he was not the fastest receiver in the world. Like, he ran like a 4.8 40, I think, coming into the league. But he was such a clean route runner, and he put in that work. He's one of the hardest working players in the league. He was in a system for many years in that West Coast scheme that fit his skill set to a T. Also, I feel like if you're a receiver that depends strictly on speed, that's going to go. If you're a power forward, post them up, go up and get it type receiver, I mean, that's going to take a toll on you physically, and you're not going to have the longevity. So I think that Jefferson, being kind of similar to Jerry Rice, obviously faster, but just a squeaky, clean route running receiver, I think that's going to have a lot of value even in his later years. And also, as we said, knocking on the wood, Jefferson has this innate ability where he understands space. You very rarely see Jefferson take a big hit unless Passionat is throwing hospital balls to him in Las Vegas against the Raiders. But he does. He's very slippery. Like, he doesn't take the big hit, and I think that will extend his career as well. Plus, we've said this before, Jefferson has this weird thing that's very good. He's always falling forward. No matter how he's tackled, he's always falling forward. He always gets that extra half a yard. He always gets that extra yard. And I feel like that tallies up at the end of the day. Yeah. But that's strictly anecdotal. I don't care. It's science. Yeah. Lastly, love of the game. Jefferson clearly has love of the game. Now, he does have interests outside of football. Right, but he loves the game. He wants to win, and hopefully a dozen Lombardies in the next 10 years won't sour things on that. But I do think that Jefferson will have a shot at the end of the day if he plays for 10, 12, 15 seasons. So eventually we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously it's early, but Jefferson, I mean, it does make you raise an eyebrow. Leading, having the NFL record for yards per game. A 96.5. If he can keep that up as the years start coming and they don't stop coming, and also him and J.J. frickin' McCarthy together a long time, could be glorious, man. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Could Justin Jefferson break Jerry Rice's very impressive, very insane all-time receiving yards record? Yes. Like, we can find a market right now. If we could get a little 20-1 action, because there's a ton of factors in there. Actually, I would say give me 30-1. Go ahead. If someone offers you 10,000-1 on anything, you take it. So John Cougar Mellencamp wins an Oscar, I'm going to be a very rich man, or something like that. But whoever laid that price is really stupid, because Mellencamp could easily win an Oscar for a soundtrack. Like 3 6 Mafia has an Oscar for the Hustle and Flow soundtrack. Stupid bets. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Let us know. Comment section. You guys are the best. To do. Skull production value.